Well, how's it going? Out here in the garage, finally had a few much needed wins. We got new oil pump, rear sump pickup, and rear sump pan. Streets is gonna paint tomorrow. It'll be all blue. And it fits. That's a win. It's like a Fox body Mustang design, which is what the 56 had with its cut up oil pan. So that should work perfectly. Maybe we can put that on tomorrow night. All right, I turned the engine over after I dry fitted all my bolts, and the lips of the front cover were hanging down, so it wasn't flush. So I've turned the engine over, just snugged my two bottom bolts with these just completely, as perfectly flush as I can get them. I got a nice one-piece gasket. See, the replacement, I got a front cover set. See what you would do if you were doing this in the wild. Get, you know, your oil pan gasket. It would have been a 4-piece gasket originally. Piece here, piece here, piece here, and piece here. And you would get these little pieces here just to cut and fit in there to make up for what, you know, you have to smear a bunch of sealer. But I got a nice one-piece gasket. It's still all got to fit just right. Finger in a bunch of bolts, snug them down. Remember this place called Nolan's Head Service in Kansas City. Awesome place. Completely did them. These were my springs with the cam kit, and they made sure all the valve heights were exactly perfect. All new valves. They were all trashed. Hardened seats and milled heads. And these are the early closed chamber heads. So I should have some pretty decent compression.
You got a rust on it already.
Yep, a little bit of surface rust. It starts immediately. You know what Neil Young said, rust never sleeps. Hopefully tomorrow, I want Teresa to paint the front cover tomorrow. I didn't tell you that. Paint the front cover, tape it off. I'll get a front cover gasket kit so I can put the front cover on because the oil pan overlaps the front cover.
And the reason I'd be filming this is so I remember what he said. Because yeah.
She did everything else to do anyway, so.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, well, it's raining. I can't plant. So.
Yeah. All right, we got the front cover ready to go on. We have the rear oil pump setup going on, the rear sump. Need to put the front cover on, which I'm obviously doing in the moment. And then the pan can go on. We've got my heads back from the shop. Got steel gaskets coming from Summit, 0.027 crush, not 040, which will bring the compression up. And yeah, we're gonna put her together and get her in. I've got a tranny kit coming for the C4 over there. Get the big boy ready to go into the 65.
It's ready?
Ready to go in.
You put the valve covers on with the...
Well, I can mess with the valve covers on in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, got a little issue with bolts, but yeah, we're making progress now.
Okay.
Yeah. On the big boy over here, we have the engine and transmission back as one unit. And I've put the motor mounts on it, which are trashed, but I don't know if they're gonna work, so I'm not gonna buy new ones until I know if these work, if I can duplicate them. And that's ready to bolt into this Galaxy 500. And now we're putting the monster motor in the Galaxy 500.
Which they didn't wait for me to.
We didn't. But guess what? The motor mounts don't line up. All the motor's hitting the heater box. So we're taking the heater box out.
Oh, no heater, huh?
Maybe later. I don't know.
What? It's got to be a heater.
Those are bigger.
Are they?
Yep.
But look at this. Monster motor is sitting in the Galaxy. Now, we will figure out a way to hold it in. I have to make custom motor mount. Not really a problem. Here's a couple deep wells, son.
Okay. 7/16 it is. Thank you.
But look at that. That is beautiful. Step back here and just get a good look at that. That is, yes, I like that.
Okay, well, so the motor mounts it way up here?
Yep, see, we need to go farther back, but the back head hits the heater box.
Oh.
1 second.
Probably just have to modify it. I can put it back in. And I should be spending my weekend doing that, but my son contacted me and said he has found a 1971 Mach 1 with no drivetrain that we need to go get this weekend. And I love those. I love the second generation of Mustangs. They don't get all the love. They're not worth that much. But I love the 71 to 73, and this is a real Mach 1. So we're going to take the trailer and go get a 71 Mach 1. And a buddy of mine has a vintage 351 Cleveland he's waiting to give to me, waiting for me to come get. So that'll be a future project. Teresa is thrilled. She loves this idea. Thinks it's awesome. So see you soon. Well, guys, out here on the farm, and fail time. Some bad news. The big motor is in the Galaxy, but it ain't gonna work. Barely fits. I could make some motor mounts, but there's no place to put exhaust. I got the header in on the right side, and the motor is pushed to the left, and the left side has the steering gear, so I took the right header off, pushed the motor all the way over, and you still can't get the left header in around the steering gear. So unless something changes.
Everybody has to follow us.
Come on guys. Unless something changes, we'll be taking the big motor back out of the Ford and either putting that 289 back in and getting another one for this, or vice versa, putting that in this and getting another one for this.
Well, my take would be just to put the engine that was in it back in this. Okay, so she ain't got any room.
Yeah, this is what the motor lifted.
He had the header on over here, but there's just no room.
But the motor was pushed over to the driver's side with that
Right.
header on because it hits the upper control arm.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get into subframe and rack and pinion steering and all on this. We just wanted to swap.
Oh well.
You know, it'd be nice though if we put a 351 or 390 or something that came in this vehicle. Just go ahead and put the 289 in that. Something that actually came in it.
I mean, so that one didn't come in this car?
But there were other motors that came in it.
Yeah.
This never came in anything.
You're talking about buying a factory?
Well, one way or the other, we're gonna have to get another motor. So
Okay, well,
that's
more
where we
money,
are.
more money, more money.
I got the transmission all bolted up to the cross member and had the motor hovering over the motor mounts where I was gonna have to cut the factory, or not factory, but the motor mounts that were on it, cut the rubber out and pretty well weld the plates together. I was like, yeah, I can do
Well,
that.
you took the heater core,
Yeah.
the heater out
And
too.
put it back in.
Okay.
Some bolts.
Thought you guys cut it off.
Yeah, we cut a little bit, but I'll still go back in. But yeah, it fit, but ain't gonna work. So
Oh well.
we'll figure out what to do. Get out the book and see what motors came in this car. And I think they came with a 390. It'd be kind of cool to put a 390 in it.
Well.
But things aren't going as fast as I thought they would, so that's where we're at.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Let's just say something about that.
71 Mach 1. Sweet.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
It's like
Let's go ahead.
everything you can buy. And
Those are not her wheels, those are mine.
yeah, those 65 Galaxy wheels. We had literally to break the drum off of the hub, get this to spin. We threw a 9-inch that we had on the rear end to roll it up. No brakes, no drive shaft, no drivetrain, no engine or motor. Buddy of mine has a 321 Cleveland we're gonna go pick up probably next weekend. She's rough, but she's a 71 Mach 1 fastback. Not many of them around, and they're super cool. This is my favorite Mustang.
And it's in such a good condition.
Oh yeah, she's cherry,
Look
man.
at that. That's
Yeah, look at that.
beautiful. Look at that. Oh yeah. Let's give her some love. Give her some love.
Labor of love.
That's Mark's son. It's his car.
The reason he's wearing a
He
mask is
and
there is rodent
grandson,
feces
Michael.
in the interior, which is not good to breathe. Probably
Yeah.
not even for rodents.
There ain't no floor pan.
Yep.
No floor pan. Lovely.
But look at this panel right
Beautiful.
here.
It's beautiful.
This is cherry.
Oh yeah, look at that. Lovely.
Mach 1. Fastback. You only made so many of them, and we got one. Yeah. Right, Stitch? Yeah.
We don't have one. Phil
No.
has one.
Fill it.
Is there something I don't know?
Nope.
Mm.
I don't have a dime.
Okay. Oh, he pay you for gas and stuff?
Yes, he did. Gas in the truck. He bought lunch.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's lovely. Is he paying you for rent to store it here?
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.